Hulk's Rebirth Part 4. 1-1. Bruce stood motionless, unable to believe what was unfolding before him. The air was filled with the terrifying sound of bones cracking as he yielded to Hulk's emergence. Hulk roared, tearing through the ceiling and charging away with terrifying speed. The Gamma Base's seismograph recorded an earthquake measuring 5.0 on the Richter scale. The giant seemed to fully unleash his primal instincts, as expected. On the monitor, a faint green glow emerged from beneath the earth. Rocks and debris were scattered everywhere as McGowan's office was obliterated by falling fragments. Another thing to fix. Temporary light structures will be erected to ensure safety until the area can be fully restored. Remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and enable notifications to catch the earliest videos. Thank you! The man standing at the disguised gates of the Gamma Base seemed to disappear into the faint green light. But as Hulk landed, he reappeared, trapped in a bear hug, so powerful that even a polar bear might have quailed. All right, Hulk. Put me down, buddy," the man said with a laugh. Hulk's grin stretched wide, his slightly green teeth glinting in the sunlight. "Jim is back!" Hulk missed Jim. He turned toward Leonard and Jin, who had just stepped out of a nearby building, with Jackie McGee and Scar following. Hulk gestured for them to come closer, but his movement created a gust so strong that Jim staggered. In his excitement, Hulk forgot his massive strength and accidentally waved his green hand too hard. Hulk gently picked Jim up. "Hulk is sorry, Jim. Hulk didn't mean to hurt you." "Ha ha ha! It'd take more than a strong wind to hurt me," Jim replied with a laugh, playfully pushing Hulk, though it only caused him to step back a little. "It's been quite a trek from the bus station to here. I hate to impose, but how about letting me rest and cool off inside?" "Follow, Hulk!" Hulk boomed, turning and slowly heading toward the facility, where his teammates had just emerged. "Jim, Hulk's friend, needs rest. Hulk will take him inside." "Hulk, the barracks are that way," Leonard interjected, pointing to the barracks on the opposite side of the campus. "That's the administrative building. He won't be comfortable there. We have beds in the barracks." Leonard's voice was calm and cautious, careful not to upset Hulk. They had made significant progress with Hulk in recent years, but Leonard had never seen him this excited about a friend. Not even Rick Jones had received such a warm welcome during his last visit. He worried Hulk might become stubborn and try to take Jim into the secret base beneath Gamma facility. Bruce's rules were clear. No one outside the Gamma team was allowed in that area. Not even Rick Jones. Bruce's orders were explicit. No exceptions. Not even for himself. But what if the Hulk decided that Jim needed to be taken down to the secret area? Could any of them really stop the Hulk? They'd had luck before, but they'd also failed miserably. Leonard's worry was growing more pronounced, but it was temporarily alleviated when the Hulk suddenly changed direction, leading Jan toward the barracks. The Hulk continued talking about the changes his system had made recently, completely oblivious to the tension around them. Jan was the first to break the silence. "Well, it was tense. Are you tense?" Leonard sighed, a little embarrassed. "I think I could cut my tension with a knife. It might still work." He looked at Jen hesitantly. "Let's have some tea to calm our nerves." "Yeah, that'd be great. Hey, Jackie, can you keep an eye on them? Make sure everything's okay? Jen turned to Jackie, Hulk's to his friend, smiling knowingly. "You have special eyes," Jen said, gesturing with her fingers to her glasses and covering her face for emphasis. That was the problem. It was very suspicious. He was clearly a Gamma mutant, but he was acting like he wasn't. What was going on? Let's talk about it downstairs. Scar, you want to..." Leonard reached into the building's door, motioning for the women to enter first. Scar cut him off, shifting from his childish stature to his hulking form. Yeah, I've heard the story. You guys go, I watched those two." "He should have been beheaded in the arena." She was dangerously close to screaming, dangerously close to treason. Even his dark sword could have killed him. Even Old Strong wasn't immune to the punishments of disrespecting the king in the end. No matter. She would die with the Empire's best interests in mind, if that was what it took. Go to the castle. And supposedly the enemy. Well, that was what it took. Supposedly the enemy with dragon souls. Regeneration made you bleed. He could have killed you. People saw you bleed. They saw him cut your throat, and no amount of makeup covering the wound while it healed would make them forget. That's enough, Old Strong. Your opinion has been voiced and heard dozens of times. Speaking louder won't change my mind. The monster had a lucky strike while I gloated. End quote. If we meet again, something won't happen. He'll die quickly and painfully. The king paced before the fireplace. Kaden never understood why he always had a giant fire burning on such a hot planet. She thought the planet his people came from was cold, and so they were used to fires for warmth. Whatever. It was irrelevant. If the king didn't see the point, she would make sure the beast died, and soon. "Very well, my lord. Is there anything else you need before I retire for the evening?" she asked, all emotion stripped from her voice. "No," came the harsh reply. As she pulled the door closed, she saw the king pause before the mirror, raising his hand to his throat and touching the wound. In his eyes, she saw fear. Hulk walked slowly down the hallway, sensing something else. Weakness. His nose had healed in a matter of minutes, but the side of his face was still damaged, the result of the magma splash during their earlier encounter. The impact from the portal that had hurled him to this desolate planet had not yet worn off. His strength was lower than usual, and for the first time since his first battle with the Abomination, he felt tired, a feeling foreign to the Hulk and not entirely pleasant. Still, he knew he was stronger than the frail Banner, and that was enough to keep him going. As always, the Hulk would step up to the plate and help everyone through this mess. He had woken up in a new arena, forced to fight some rock men, who reminded him of fighting Ben Grimm, but he could take a better beating than most of them, at least in the Hulk's opinion. Not all of them fought well. They had actually lived with the Hulk and a few others. Now, according to their slave master, the group was a gladiator team, a little bug guy, a member of the Brood, a couple of pink people from this planet, a couple of gray people from the planet, and a robot. Not a great team, Hulk thought. He stopped when he heard footsteps from up ahead, and the voices went quiet. Something Bruce had once said in a meeting with Samson filled Hulk's head. The thing people don't often know about the Hulk is that he can be extremely stealthy when he wants to be. You wouldn't think something that big could move so quietly, but he's been known to sneak up on his enemies and occasionally sneak away from them. In that moment, Hulk understood what Bruce was trying to convey. He charged forward almost silently, his feet skimming across the floor without really touching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell and turn on notifications to see the latest videos. Thanks. He didn't fly, not exactly. Instead, he used the tips of his feet to push off, launching himself forward in short jumps. Moving this way, he created the illusion of flying as he ran, leaving only small indentations in the floor where his toes made contact. Unless someone was looking specifically for Hulk's footprints, his presence would be easily missed. As if to prove his incredible speed, he had lain back in his cage and waited when the door opened, allowing the Grim Reaper guards to pour into the room. So, this is how you choose? A growl came from the cage. A voice, like someone speaking over the intercom, responded. Choose what? Death. A calm, measured response. Looking at each other, the guards said in unison, Target is angry. The Hulk's cage exploded as he launched himself at the two guards who had the misfortune of being the first through the door. Their heads were in Hulk's hands as he slid into the hallway, sending 4 more guards who had been stacked behind their comrades crashing to the far wall of the hallway. He did not get up. Laser dots lit up Hulk's torso and face as the death-headed guards stacked 50 deep filled the hallway in front of and behind him. That's right, we both know how strong you are, a voice said from behind. These soldiers are here to keep me safe, not to attack you, Beast. If I really wanted you dead, I could have just ordered an orbital bombardment while you slept. She stepped toward him, keeping a safe distance out of reach. Please, can we talk? You come to my room in the middle of the night with over 100 guards and expect me to believe you just came to talk? Hulk replied, his sharp eyes scanning the line of guards. These people did not look human. They did not move, did not have the rhythm of breathing that real people would have. The woman, on the other hand, seemed unafraid. Perhaps she knew that Hulk was weakening, or maybe she didn't care. Her response was quick. We're talking now. With a wave of her hand, the guards dropped their sights, aiming their rifles at the ground. And now we're talking without our trained weapons on us? You know they won't do anything to me. You don't believe that. Otherwise you'd rip them apart, and not wait to see what they do next. Don't lie to me, Beast. Her eyes didn't leave his. Hulk, he growled back. Oh, so you have a name? Hulk Skyra, the old strong one. She bowed slightly. With her right hand, he gestured toward his door. Talk? Try anything and you won't be alive when they walk through the door. A smile that didn't reach her eyes was the only response he got. Hulk just talked. Jim listened, Scar reported. His arms were swinging as he mimicked the scenarios he was describing. It was hard to see him as my father when he was like this, when Leonard and Jen had just returned from dropping off refreshments for the boys. I get it. In a way, he's not, due to DID, but he's still part of the form that was put on for Bruce. Leonard looked to Jen for help. Her hands covering her face made it clear that he was not well. Scar turned away. You two are back. You guys can babysit. I'm going to practice. Come around? Yeah, he's in the cafeteria, at least the last time I saw him. Jen called out to him. Turning to Leonard again, she said, It's really cool. Can't help but go into shrink mode, can you? Well, he seems open to the discussion. He's obviously not. He just filled in the air with dead silence. He's nervous, and why wouldn't he be? We didn't give him the warmest welcome to this group. She shrugged, turning to walk away. By the way, I'll go see if he wants a sparring partner. I'm sure you can handle this, right? Jen! Come back here! Don't leave me alone to check. He trailed off as she disappeared into the tunnel Hulk had created earlier, her body turning green as she ran deeper into the darkness. A hoarse voice rang out from the darkness. That's the plan in motion? Yes, a low baritone said. We won't let you down. See? He wheezed. That you don't know. The big man rose from his knees and walked back into the darkness towards the inner chambers of the facility. He would not fail. Unlike the losers before him, what do you think of this fight? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all very much.